What's up, y'all? It's your most that's the most. Crispy. Welcome back to another video. WRMZ movies that are not for kids. Be like, let's see what's going on with this. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. Gonna pop on the screen. 500. Let's get it.
Some things in this life are made for each other and destined to be together. Peanut butter and jelly, ketchup and mustard, Tom and Jerry, me and Big Benjamin. I mean, it's
Facts.
soulmates, y'all. However, in saying that, I do hear from the public every now and then that opposites attract. And when I think of opposites, only two things come to mind: animated movies and horror. How could these two polar opposites ever combine into one thing? On one hand, you have the whimsical and radiant nature of animation, where anything you think of can come to life. Blue skies and bright eyes. That was bars. And on our other hand, we have darkness and tragedy, in the likes of which you have never seen. Eerie hallways, moonlit nights, scary demons. Oh my goodness. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, they are out there. And if something is out there, I will talk about it. The darkest animated movies. This can mean all sorts of things. Underlying tones, specific attributes, or the whole motherfucking thing is dark. I don't know what else to say about it. So grab your nearest pillow, hide behind that shit, and get ready for your socks to be scared off.
There's
Focus on the target, boys.
Look at it.
Oh wow. WRMZ. Come to the front. Come to the front. How does movies is not for kids? Like, we would talk about horror. There's nothing horror. We talk about Mrs. Credible. Yeah, I know Mrs. Credible. She got that yam. She just got that yam behind her. But let's hear out. Let's hear
The
out.
Incredibles. In my humble opinion, the greatest Pixar movie ever created. And one of the main reasons on why I think this is because not only is the movie just lit, I mean, the powers are cool, the Incredibles themselves are cool, and the entire world around it is cool, but my main man Buddy, aka Syndrome, is not playing these games. And as I talk about it further, you'll understand what I mean. We start out this one looking at interviews with superheroes as they talk about their lives. Elastigirl speaks upon her secret identity, Mr. Incredible wonders about the simple life, and Frozone? Well, Frozone is just talking about getting down and dirty with super babes. And his words, not mine. This cuts us to the loudest title card you've ever heard in your life. We are now in a high-speed chase. Guns are blasting, Mr. Incredible gets wind, and this old lady almost gets bulldozed. Being a good hero, Mr. Incredible gently gets her stuck cat off the tree. After this, he straight up just murks these two criminals because hitting a tree this fast is definitely gonna kill these dudes. Inertia. You ever heard of that? Anyways, as the public is glazing Mr. Incredible for killing two armed robbers, this kid, Buddy, has somehow snuck into Mr. Incredible's James Bond car,
And I'm
claiming
gonna keep saying this. That's that nigga kid saying he just don't want to claim that man. That's that nigga kid, bro. He's a deadbeat. Deadbeat 101. Somebody make a theory about it. That is his kid, bro. Somebody.
his name
Make
is
a theory.
Incredible and that he's Mr. Incredible's #1 fan. Mr. Incredible takes this proposition of a sidekick in an unfriendly manner as he speeds off to solve his next crime. At this next crime, just as this dude is about to shoot him, he gets knocked out by Elastigirl. And when I say that this is not a kid's movie, I mean that this is not a kid's movie.
Well, I think you need to be more flexible.
I know that's right.
Things don't seem to
Facts.
let up for Mr. Incredible as now it's nighttime and Bronino right here
We
is
always
taking-
want us elastic girl in our life. Calm, thick, kind, a family, know how to cook, know how to sweet talk you to get to the. Y'all saw that scene when that boy was working out, and But back what I was saying, stretchy, thick,
a juicy little swan dive off of this building. Of course, Mr. I is able to halt this attempt. Unfortunately, they both jump right into this dude robbing a bank named Bomb Voyage, who shows
that's
up,
crazy.
Aura farms, gets interrupted by Incrediboy, plants a bomb on this child, and derails a train. Mr. I drives off to his wedding with Elastigirl as the dude he just saved from falling to his death sues his ass alongside every single person he saved on the train.
Oh, wow.
This causes a domino effect throughout the superhero world. So bad, in fact, that the government was forced to permanently ban them. We get a time skip to Mr. Incredible named Bob denying insurance claims on old ladies. Well, not really, because he's still trying to help people. However, this little fucker, his boss, is constantly on Bobby's ass for accepting insurance claims.
Bro, I'm glad he got tossed around.
We cut to Elastigirl named Helen at school where her son Dash is in trouble. We find out that Dash has super speed and he uses it to put thumbtacks on Bernie's chair. Obviously, he doesn't get into real trouble, but Mom Chachino knows, and Dash doesn't understand why he can't use his special gifts. We meet Violet, who's crushing on this dude Tony, and Bob is clearly unhappy with his new life. As the kids start the superpowered fight at dinner, Frozone, aka Lucius, shows up and he and Bob hit the jets to go to bowling night. This is obviously code for late night superhero work. This lady follows them, they save the people from a burning building, and as luck would have it, they land right into a jewelry store where Frozone gives us this cold ass line.
I know.
Freeze.
Bob returns home to find Helen waiting, where they argue about reliving the glory days. This is when we're back at work, where Mr. Incredible seems to have it up to here with his boss after he stopped him from saving this dude from getting mugged. The government people clean up the mess. Bob returns home, and as he's cleaning out his desk, he notices something unusual in his briefcase. This ends up being a coded message from this woman named Mirage. She tells Mr. Incredible that she needs his help to destroy a quote-unquote misplaced Omni droid, and that she can make the glory days come back to life. Mr. I accepts the job, gets sent to fight the droid, and realizes that he might be a little out of shape. This is when the Dukes begin to be thrown. Mr. Incredible uses the droid to destroy the droid, and we learn this whole time he was being watched and studied by Mirage and this random silhouette. Due to this victory, Bob is feeling the bee's knees. He gets into shape, bonds with the kiddos, gets a new whip, and he needs a new suit. This, of course, means we are greeted with the greatest character in this whole movie, Edna Mode, a superhero suit maker. She fixes up his old suit.
And he had a dude who be walking through Walmart and stuff, like Edna, and people be like recording him and say, yeah, he's a black dude I follow. I think he on Instagram and TikTok. He funny as a mug.
Him a new suit, and now Helen spots a hair strand on Bobby Boy's jacket. She also hears Mirage talking to Bob over the phone. Suspicion is at its all-time high. She notices Bob's patchwork, goes to Edna's place to find out the truth, and as Bob is waiting for his next assignment, he is once again attacked by a newly improved Omni droid, as well as meeting this man, a man we all know.
I am your biggest fan.
Check him out, y'all. He dick riding. Look.
Buddy, aka Syndrome, puts the beat down on Mr. Incredible and uses all the tech he's invented over the years, including the Omni droid, mini bombs, and detectors. This is when the Incredibles decides to take its turn. As Mr. I is running from Syndrome, he discovers this man, an old superhero named Gazerbeam, dead. And with his last breath, he etched Kronos into this wall, which means Syndrome has already murked at least one superhero. And I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, it was not just one. As Bob sneaks back into Syndrome's compound, successfully I might add, we know for a fact Syndrome has at least one super body in hopes of creating an Omni droid only he could defeat. He lured superheroes who still wanted to be heroes out to his secret lab and used them as test subjects to create the ultimate Omni droid. This is when we get one of the darkest scenes in Pixar history. Syndrome committed superhero mass murder. Helen procs the GPS in Mr. Incredible's suit, which gets his presence detected and he is captured. Helen gets a pep talk from Edna, basically reminding her of the badass she is, and she ventures off to find Bob. Of course, Dash and Violet sneak on board. Syndrome intercepts Helen's plane, and he almost ends the whole family. I'll tell you this, Mr. I is not happy. But don't worry, because the fam is okay. Helen sneaks into the compound. Dash and Violet outrun the rocket,
You know, she had to look back at it. Oh.
To the compound, Dash and Violet outrun the rocket containing the ultimate Omnidroid, and Mr. I, well, he's choking out Mirage.
Yeah, I ain't lying to you. She fine too. She
She can't seem to catch a break because Helen pulls up and punches her right in her shit. Dash and Violet get spotted, which leads us to Dash catching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bodies as Violet smokes out this dude. Finally, the fam is back together and they kick ass for a little bit until the main man pulls up.
You married Elastigirl? And got busy!
Syndrome fucks off to go set his plan in motion.
That's just look. Cause I got a theory that he's saying, and now he's jealous. Dash is his brother. That's his sister. Violet is his sister. Can somebody please explain to this? Can I have somebody make some source? Somebody, Nod, Alex Blaine, somebody. I'm begging. This is his family. You can't tell me that.
The Omnidroid is giving hell to the city, and Violet comes in clutch. As the Incredibles are making their way back, Syndrome is LARPing being a superhero. What he didn't figure out is that the Omnidroid has become too smart for even him to handle. The fam shows up, Mr. I finds Syndrome's remote, and he uses the same tactic as before. Destroy the droid with the droid. Now, I don't know how Syndrome wouldn't have corrected this mistake because we know he saw Mr. Incredible do that to the previous Omnidroid. Wasn't the whole point of him murking like a billion supers to make an Omnidroid only he could defeat? The Incredible family smoked out 2 Omnidroids in like 3 days. Syndrome obviously doesn't take the spotlight steal too well, so he decides to kidnap Jack Jack and raise him to be his sidekick. Unfortunately for Buddy, Jack Jack's powers decide to kick in right at the worst time, and like Edna said, no capes. The movie ends with
And he
Dash.
got happy. He was like this. That dude was like, ain't gotta pay child support no more. Yes.
Competing, Violet asking Tony out, and the
No, that's
Incredibles
right.
suiting up for another time.
When will you wear wigs?
9.
I was recommended 9 by one of y'all, and after watching this movie, I gotta say, what the fuck going on with some of y'all? We start out with this dude making dolls, talking about how life is doomed, but regardless, they have to keep moving forward. We get a spinning title card, and now we are with my brethren 9, falling to the floor. People are dead, the world is torched, and 9 meets number 2, where he fixes his voice box and shows him the artifact 9 stowed away. Their conversation gets interrupted as this giant bone scrap dog beats the breaks out of 2, steals the artifact, almost slices and dices 9, and then eats number 2. 9 is spotted by number 5, where he's taken to the safe house, where he explains what happened with number 2. Both of them are interrupted as number 8 and King 1 pull up to show number 9 around. We then see that things aren't too friendly around there to my boy. As we venture through the safe house, we continue to meet new dolls, as well as learn what happened to the Earth. Basically, it was man versus machine, and man did not win. So the dolls do their best to survive in this world. We cut to the watchtower where 9 and 5 talk about where 2 is, and maybe they should go and save him. 9 is ready to rumble, but 5 is being a little bitch about it. 5 ponders on his lost eye and eventually comes to join 9. They travel through the wasteland, lose the damn map, and pass through this tunnel where they end up in this factory. 2 is alive and locked up in a birdcage. 9 and 5 cannot seem to keep shit quiet because the beast catches wind of them, and of course these 3 are no match. But this one makes light work of it. We discover this warrior is number 7, while the others embrace 9 dumbass, gets a little too curious and ends up doing the beast's job for him. As he places the artifact into this wall, it sucks the soul right out of 2's body. It soul snatches 2. And I'll say this, for just being dolls, these motherfuckers get some gruesome deaths. A chase sequence occurs, 5, 9, and 7 regroup, and with the help of the twins, we learn that 9 awakened the brain, the original cause of humanity's extinction. 9 learns the artifact he placed into Brain is always being drawn by number 6. So 9 and 5 head back to King 1, where 6 informs them that the artifact is from the source. 9 calls King 1 a fucking loser. King 1 calls 9 a curse. And now a Robo-Bat is there. They try to run from it. It doesn't work too well. They try to fight it. that also doesn't work too well, and in the end, Robobat dies just like Syndrome did, actually. As the group picks up the pieces, they discover the artifact is a way to contain one's soul and transmit it using dark science. The old dude from the beginning, yeah, he is all of these dolls. We discover that King 1 had 2 killed for asking too many questions. 7 takes that rather unwell, and now we're with 8, who gets hypnotized alongside King 1. Once again, 7 is the only one worth a damn around these parts, and after they hold a funeral for 2, they all head back to the brain's lair together. 8's soul gets snatched, 9 is able to save 7 as he annihilates this weird-ass baby rattlesnake thing, and the rest of the numbers are spotted by this siren bot. This noise causes the brain to be alerted of the number's presence, and he sends millions of robot roaches after them. 9 has only
Nah, that's crazy.
been around for a little bit, and already this man has exploded the lair of the biggest bad. That's kind of some ghost shit. Anyways, it's not all sunshine and rainbows because the brain is still alive, and he makes his stunning return by doing a little soul-sucking 9000 on good old 5. 6 learns that all of his friends are trapped inside of the brain and calls to 9 to go back to the source right before his soul is snatched too. 9 returns to the room where he woke up in and finds this box with his number on it. A movie begins playing where the scientist explains the events of what happened. Bro Chachino doomed the world with his creation, and the dolls labeled 1 through 9 are all pieces of his soul. Basically, he's using his creation to destroy his creation. That sounds kind of familiar, actually. 9 returns with this new information, and King 1 does the honorable thing for once in his life and sacrifices himself to give 9 enough time to reverse fire the artifact back at the brain. 9 sets all of the souls free of each of the numbers, and the movie ends with rain for the first time in years.
That movie right there is so confusing, bro. I just at this point, it's sad, but at the same time, it's like, why? I hate Toy Story. I hate Toy Story. I don't like Toy Story. I never liked it in the movie. They should have ended off Toy Story with number 2, not 3, 2.
Pixar project here. Man, they don't really play over there, do they? Toy Story 3 starts out like any other Toy Story, a crazy good action sequence of Andy making up stories in his head. This, of course, is not present Andy due to him being too old for toys. The army men are cutting their losses, Woody is uncertain about his future, and majority of the toys get thrown into a trash bag. Every toy except Woody. Andy wasn't going to throw them away, however, but due to some unfortunate circumstances, they end up on the curb. Through some quick thinking, the toys make their way from out of the trash and into the Sunnyside donation box. Woody gets trapped alongside them, and now we're at daycare, where shit is looking too good for these new toys. We got rainbows and a multitude of new toys, and one big pink bear named Lotso. Do not be fooled, my friends. That's all I can say for now. We can't talk here. As the toys get the once-over by Ken and Lotso, they are brought to a new room, the Caterpillar Room. But this isn't Woody's place, and he needs to get back to Andy. So the toys, including Buzz, say goodbye to Woody. Woody does some Mission Impossible shit to escape, and just as he's about to be home free, he gets stuck in a tree. This kid Bonnie finds him and puts Bro in her backpack. Back at the Caterpillar Room, all of the toys get prepared for what they thought would be the best moment of their toy life. This obviously was incorrect, as all of the kids in the Caterpillar Room are fucked up. Mr. Potato is getting shoved into noses. Jesse has a new hair color, and why are they doing the aliens like that, man? Back over with Woody, he's with a bunch of new toys, and to be honest, he's kind of living large. So Buzz and them gather their things and make a plan to be moved over to the Butterfly Room. This is when Buzz discovers a secret gambling room with
And that's
some
how
of the
they
head
fucked
toys.
over my nigga Buzz, bro. Hey, alright. Man, they fucked over my nigga Buzz like that, man. They should have did Buzz like this.
The baby catches him, and now he's being interrogated by Lotso. And after Buzz refuses to leave his friends in the dust, they basically give Buzz the equivalent of a toy lobotomy, then use him to lock up all of the other toys. Back over with Woody, he finds out that Andy's house is only a few blocks away from Bonnie's house. And as he's leaving, he tells the group he came from Sunnyside. And thanks to this absolute legend Chuckles, Woody learns just how bad Lotso is. He tells us what happened between Daisy and Lotso, and now Woody is at a crossroads. He decides to save his friends from Sunnyside, and with the help of this phone, Woody learns the ins and outs of Sunnyside. With this new knowledge, Woody and them devise
Hey, that phone right here, bro, came in clutch. Hey, that phone right here, bro, He really the OG of this show, this movie. That's the only reason why I really will go back and watch Toy Story 3 because of the phone. Low key, he came in clutch for Woody and him.
Woody learns the ins and outs of Sunnyside. With this new knowledge, Woody and them devise a plan. With the plan set in motion, Woody beats up the monkey, Barbie learns how to switch Buzz back, and Brotato becomes Spanish Buzz Lightyear. They make it to the trash bin, and this is when Lotso genuinely teleports to the trash, halting this escape attempt. This is when Woody goes straight for the jugular as he brings up Daisy. This makes Big Baby turn on Lotso and throw him in the trash once again. I'll tell you, this bear is one persistent motherfucker though, because he catches Woody's leg, which causes all of the toys to jump back into danger.
And right here, that was just that bullshit. And I'm sorry to say that, but that was bullshit. Cause ain't no way you telling me the trash is closed. He's lifting up the trash and grabbing him at the same time. Nah, bro.
They continue to narrowly escape death. We reach a pivotal moment for Lotso. Will he save the toys to right his wrongs? The answer is no, and my dude leaves them to a fiery death. This looks like it's it, folks, as all of the toys hold hands and prepare to die.
Gotcha.
I fucks with these alien dudes. The movie ends with Lotso strapped to Trevor's car, and as Andy leaves for college, he gives away the gang to Bonnie to live happily ever after. Overall, just because a movie is animated doesn't mean it won't be some of the craziest shit you've
Hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. I see y'all when I see y'all. Love y'all. I'm out, bro. WRMZ. I mean, you did something with this one, but you did with your big one. On the road to 500.